What's going on, y'all? Happy Tuesday. The Oklahoma City Thunder drop game one against the San Antonio Spurs, 122 to 115 in a double overtime thriller. Now, a lot of Oklahoma City fans and definitely NBA fans are asking, are the Oklahoma City Thunder actually in trouble of losing the series after dropping one game, or is this just an overreaction? We're going to talk about that today. But also, the Oklahoma City Thunder are in a must-win situation for Game 2. So Wednesday, we're going to preview Game 2, and I'm going to give you my takes on what Oklahoma City needs to do to win that game and turn this series around and gain control of it. Before we do, though, as always, I want to hear from y'all. So jump in the comments below and let me know what your thoughts were about this Game 1 loss for the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you be a part of it. But let's just go ahead and let's dive right into it. And the first place that I want to start was rotations for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tonight, on Monday night, the rotations felt very weird. And Mark's a smart guy. He knows ball a lot better than I do, a lot better than you or I. But it felt really weird. And probably the weirdest part is something I'm going to see from a lot of you guys here in the chat, which is the Aaron Wiggins 4 minutes. Aaron Wiggins came in the ball game for 4 minutes, chunked up 3 shots, didn't make a single one of them, and ended up as a -7. It was really odd. Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, this is a guy that had not played meaningful basketball in over a month and finds his way in the game in probably some of the most meaningful minutes possible. I think one of the keys here for Oklahoma City is every second and every minute in this series matters. This isn't the Lakers where you possibly could have gotten away with this. This isn't the Suns where you could have gotten away with this. This is the San Antonio Spurs, somebody who you lost to 4 times in the regular season. Putting a guy out there in Wiggins who hasn't played meaningful basketball in almost a month didn't make any sense, especially since a guy like Isaiah Joe didn't touch the court, which maybe you guys can correct me on this. I really felt like I saw him come out, but then I guess maybe he didn't actually go in the game, but it felt like at one point he subbed into the game. Maybe you guys can correct me wrong and tell me I'm crazy, but that's what I thought I saw. I would have much rather have saw the Wiggins minutes go to somebody else, like Case and Wall. I don't remember who was on the court with him at the time, but like maybe AJ Mitchell or Jared McCain or somebody like that, or even an Isaiah Joe, right? I think I would have much rather seen those minutes go to him. So really odd there. Additionally, Mark kept taking out SGA whenever Wemby came off the court. And if you wanted to take Chet off the court when Wemby came off, I understand that because I understand the matchup right there. But SGA didn't make any sense to me. I'm going to tell you why. SGA already had enough problems getting through his defenders in this game. And then obviously getting through Wemby as well, because he really was having a hard time attacking the mid-range early and then obviously getting to the basket, that when SGA came off the court, when Wemby came off the court, it felt like if he would have left him on the court, he might have had a better chance and opportunity to maybe get going, get some baskets, and kind of help Oklahoma City obtain a run. Like, I kind of felt like it was more crucial to leave him on the court. And then when Wemby comes back on, if you wanted to pull SGA off for a couple minutes, put in a guy like AJ Mitchell as your ball handler there. So I don't know. You guys can jump in the comments and agree with me. I felt like there were times when SGA came off the court that he should have stayed on and tried to help Oklahoma City bolster a run, but also tried to maybe help gain some confidence in this game, because although the Thunder hadn't played in over a week, right? Because they swept the Lakers and the Spurs were in that 6-game series with the Timberwolves, it felt like SGA and a lot of other guys were rusty. And although you started to see the Thunder really pick it up in the second half, I especially felt like in the first half, SGA getting to play in some of those non-Wemby minutes definitely could have helped him. So rotations were weird. Mark has his reasons. I'm sure we'll get to something a little more stability. I did like seeing the second unit of Hartenstein, J-Dub, and AJ Mitchell being that primary ball handler. I felt like that was a pretty good lineup. You can insert the other 2 guys however you want, but we'll kind of see how he wants to move forward with the lineups going forward, especially kind of knowing how the Spurs want to attack the Thunder. That first game is really just a filler game, seeing how they want to go out there and attack you. Now, the question is, is the Oklahoma City Thunder actually in jeopardy of losing this series? Because Wemby had himself a night, 49 minutes, 41 points, 24 rebounds. 15 of those were defensive rebounds, 9 were offensive rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. And then Stephon Castle, man, the Oklahoma City Thunder went after him. Although he had 11 assists and he had 17 points, he did have 11 turnovers. So he had a triple-double there, just not the triple-double that you want to be able to go out there and get. Funny, we actually don't count turnovers for the triple-double. But yeah, I mean, without De'Aaron Fox, I think you see a lot of gaping holes for the San Antonio Spurs. Like Stephon Castle is, I don't think, really used to being the primary ball handler for the San Antonio Spurs. Dylan Harper, I thought, excelled mightily. And if that's a guy that can go and nail down his three-pointers, he's going to be absolutely dangerous for the San Antonio Spurs. Really liked that draft pick when they drafted him, by the way. Like, I thought that was a phenomenal pickup for them. Just because I really like his size and what he's able to bring from a playmaker's perspective. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, you got these really large guards, and for the Oklahoma State Thunder, like, you're gonna have to figure out a way to beat those guards on the offensive side of the ball while also, you know, somehow beating Wemby, right? Wemby going out there and getting 41 points obviously wouldn't have done that in regulation. I think he was either at 30 or just a hair under 30 before the first overtime started. But, you know, if the Oklahoma City Thunder are able to keep him under 30 points a game, I think you have a chance to go out here and win the series, because you're not going to have many more games, if any more games at all, where SGA is going to shoot as porous as he did, and you're not going to get any contributions from some of the other bench players. Whether you're going to get any contributions from Chet, that's a whole nother story. But we can talk about that, right? Chet Holmgren was absolutely awful in this game. 8 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 1 turnover, -7. Chet didn't give you anything, right? And I definitely don't think that helps Shea at all. But at the end of the day, you know, I think we've seen Chet be labeled as this guy that was able to rival Wemby early when they were younger. And we just haven't been able to see that same dog from Chet. I think everybody was really excited to see Chet get that block on Wemby to send the game to overtime. But that's about all we've seen from Chet, and realistically actually being able to target Wemby. So at the end of the day, Chet's got to be better. He can't continue stinking up like this. If he does, the Thunder aren't going to win the series. They're just straight up not. Chet has to be better for the Thunder to win this series. But overall, San Antonio gave Oklahoma City their best punch, even though they didn't have De'Aaron Fox. And the Oklahoma City Thunder were rusty, and they kept it close. They had it in 2 overtimes. They had a chance to win it in the first overtime. They just couldn't execute. And so I feel still pretty good about Oklahoma City winning this series. But game 2 is a must win. You can't go down 2-0 and then go to San Antonio where you're going to have to win 2 straight there, right? You can't afford to go down in the series 3-1. So the Oklahoma City Thunder have to win on Wednesday night. And we're going to talk about the keys to that game a little bit more on Wednesday morning. So if you're new to the channel, this is where I ask you to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We'll see y'all next time.